Yutes actually handle that team or that roster. So I'm really excited to see how they're able to handle Insidious, who has actually a fill-in player. King Scrounge, I do believe, is filling in for Insidious as their IGL. So he was in chat earlier. But yeah, this is going to be a very interesting matchup here because I don't really remember seeing either of these teams ever.
No, and that's always kind of the element of surprise too. I mean, we're on a map like Ascent. I mean, we got two teams that we know a little bit about, but not like, particularly like the first one. It definitely makes a big question mark. So, and this map especially, like this is one of the not the newer maps obviously, but the
Yeah.
later additions into the game, but definitely a lot of variety and a lot of different plays that we see across the board, and mid being, one of the biggest points of contention, and getting that control that really makes a big difference for the attackers.
Yeah, absolutely. We do see a lot of these teams try to take as much mid control as possible. I really feel like I've been seeing a lot of defending teams kind of allowing players or the attacker side to take mid now and really playing around how they push through that, maybe getting a pick here and there, or even getting as much intel as possible to hopefully see like where they're going. But yeah, it's definitely interesting to see how the plays like kind of mold and mesh and just evolve into new pushes and new strats on this site or on this map, excuse me.
Yeah, and look at this already. That's starting off so aggressive already. I mean, Tony
Yeah.
and also the Jet pushing up into middle. I mean, they're not even letting go. They just want to get things started. Already breaking the door, and we're already just in 125 of the round. This is actually kind of crazy considering they're putting a lot of pressure, but now actually fall back. So they're kind of putting Waste Utes on a bit of a guessing game, and now Paranoid going to be that one player to hold things down here. Choice.
Ooh, I don't know how this is going to turn out in a 3v1, but Paranoid gets huge damage there, and Jacoby is going to follow up on that third player who is in this, and now they have the spike down in this moment, and this is kind of a big hit to Insidious.
Yeah, how does Paranoid get away with that? I mean, the burst fire from the Classic is so good. It is so strong. And now that's going to be another frag picked up, and it's just leaving it to Charisma and Waste Utes. They pick up the pistol round, not even losing members, not even losing any HP. What a statement already made here on Ascent.
A statement indeed. Not gonna lie, that was actually pretty crazy to start off. Let's be honest. Paranoid gets huge effect there, and in the beginning, Jacoby following up, and I mean, this is already looking like it's going to be a really fun game. Waste Utes and Insidious giving us a show already. We love it.
Yeah, you love to see it. I mean, and even now Insidious, they're going to just decide to save with the pistols. I mean, not put a lot of investment in as they don't really want to. Eccentric actually does purchase this shotgun, so I'm a little bit curious on this play. Maybe just trying to see if this will plan out just hanging out in the corner. But now even Waste Utes is getting a bit more aggressive on the catwalk. But now decide to fall back, so they're just trying to get that information, which is very, very big for them on the defensive side. But it looks like Insidious, they are getting ready to actually take this B site choice.
Yes, they are. They're definitely setting up here in the garage. Slowly moving through. It looked like they were just about to do... Okay, they might actually send that Paranoia down into the B site. It looks like Omen is really setting himself up for there. Lots of blinds going out. Eccentric getting really hot and heavy, but no! He has denied the push, and this is an absolute falling apart of Insidious. And Waste Utes flawless with a 4K from Jaw. What just happened?
Oh my goodness. John was actually just sitting on the corner, and I believe that was just inside the boathouse, so nobody checked it. You can see the Jet from Waste Utes actually did dash across, and then they didn't even check the corner. So, I mean, they were just anticipating the person to be in that connector or being in a different spot, but the fact that he didn't get spotted, he picked up an easy quad kill, and that's a big, big round for Insidious now.
Oh, absolutely. It seemed like Waste Utes got a little bit distracted by the player who was outside of Boathouse and did not see Jaw, but Eccentric, look at this, getting a beautiful double kill right there onto Paranoid and Scrounge. That's going to be the top two members of Insidious at the moment, and so that's going to be a huge pick.
Yeah, already they're losing 3 players already, and Waste Utes have the 5 remaining members. So They are just going to be playing it back, and I mean, this is kind of typically what we see on Ascend. It's a little bit slower, not as fast-paced, it's not as close quarter fights, so they have to kind of get that real estate and really creep their way through the map. And Insidious already losing 2 members early on this fast. It's kind of scary.
No charges.
Yeah, absolutely. But still, even with 2 members down, Waste Yutes are kind of playing their time right now because they have seen what Insidious can do when they have some guns in their hands. Jaw about to pick up one, gets taken out in response. Tony, lots of blinds happening, but does not win out in the gunfight between Jacoby. And my goodness, Waste Yutes doing some damage to Insidious right now, and Mazza just kind of pushing through. Wow, picks up Tristy in that moment.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, this is just kind of interesting. I mean, you know, Mazza looks like he's not really in a good spot. He's got 22 seconds. He can make a bit of a choice. He can either go catwalk or go for the big flank on long. Not making any noise. The spike's finally getting planted. The player advantage is in favor for Waste Yutes, but you can never count out a Sova in a clutch situation. I mean, he only has the recon bolt available for his utility side of things. But he is just going to keep his gun out, going to creep his way through. You can see that is going to be the Omen, spotting him in sight. So now location is revealed. He's creeping his way through. But now he's going to have fight 2 members, and one behind the generator, one being on top of Heaven. And this is going to be dicey because both players can peek at the exact same time, and Core takes him down, and Waste Yutes pick up their first round.
And what a round that was. That's exactly what they needed, especially round 3 when the buys come out. You're spending a lot of money. You still have the 2 rifles in your hands, but now it's going to be a really tough round 4 for Waste Yutes. They didn't have a lot of money coming out of that. They are able to buy some rifles, but now we're seeing the big guns in the hands of Insidious as well. So this is going to be a really telling round for Waste Yutes.
Yeah, this is really interesting, and now you can even see Paranoid does have the sniper in his hands, looking to see what he can find, but actually the Reyna is going to get spotted, so now Paranoid's still creeping his way through, so he's playing very aggressive, and this is a very risky play, but there can be a high reward, and with an operator, you need to get that aggression. You need to play a little bit more aggressive, and Core takes out Jaw, and that's already a start for Waste Yutes.
Wow. That was a really tough loss there for the side of Insidious. Core takes out his 2nd member of the round. Insidious now in a 3v5, looking on the backside here, but they still have the operator in Paranoid's hands. We've seen Paranoid do some pretty intense stuff here in the last couple of rounds, so is he going to be able to pick up another one? I just don't know yet, as Waste Yutes make their way on over to the B side.
Yeah, and actually there is still all 5 players left for Waste Yutes, but the HP is low for the Omen. And the Omen's going to be very important because he's the one that's going to be having the dark cover, which is the smoke. Well, we'll have to see Insidious. They have to make this in a situation where they need to now take down some players to making this in 3-3 situation. But only 30 seconds left in Waste Yutes. You can see they're running. They got their knives out. They're ready. They got the Nikes. They're sprinting their way through spawn. So now they're going to be changing their plan, getting ready for an A take. And Charisma, look at how much information he has. He should be able to pick up this frag, and he gets the spray, takes down Jacob. And now we need that operator to connect, but Paranoid misses it.
What an intense setup there. Charisma was so deep onto the site. I don't know if Insidious can really do much after this, especially with Core getting a huge triple kill onto Scrounge. Now it's just Paranoid wanting to save this operator, and what an interesting round. A was completely open. Charisma got all the way up onto Heaven, basically, and took out a member in the backside, and that's a huge round for Waste Yutes.
Yeah, and the one thing to note, and I really like that you kind of just pointed that out, is, I mean, the fact that, you know, Charisma actually was pushed all the way up in the site. So in a situation for Insidious, the fact that they gambled it, that's what you have to do in those situations. I mean, you're down in numbers. You don't really want to have one player holding you down because there's a bigger risk that you're going to lose that member. So it's better to retake altogether. And that's exactly what we saw. It was a bit of a gamble. It didn't pan out, but now we'll just have to learn from that. And I mean, that's kind of the whole thing you have to do.
Some interesting exit frags here. They were really hunting for him, but no, Paranoid stays alive with the operator in hand. Still only has 1 death up here. This is round 5. Oh, a little unfortunate for Waste Yutes. That was 2 rifles out of their hands there.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a great point again, Choice, because look at the money. I mean, the money is not good for these guys. I mean, when you hunt, you need to be confident that you're going to win that duel. In Paranoid, he was just running around doing all the jet things with an operator and just picked up 2 easy frags, which is good for them because it adds a little bit of value to their economy, but also damages the side for Waste Yutes.
Wow, Jaw being able to pick up 2 there in that situation. He was in the same exact spot he was in before. Still able to pick up 2, even under fire, but no. Charisma takes out Mazza, and this is a very interesting situation. It's a 2v3. Like, little health on the side of Waste Yutes, though. Almost none.
Ooh, this is close.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my goodness.
You're done.
Tristy's able to take out Paranoid with a shock dart. Scrounge all by himself. 2 members left on the side. He's trying to clear as much as possible before he gets rotated on. But no, he has such a big shot here. Can he clutch out the 2v1? No!
Oh.
Charisma able to take him out from the side. I thought he had that.
Honestly, a very winnable situation. I mean, the fact that he was full HP, he still had his abilities. I mean, both players from Waste Yutes, they were very low. Like, they were living on the skin of their teeth, and they needed to play that as a bit of a crossfire, and that's exactly what we saw. Charisma was getting a little bit adventurous, but it does pan out well for them. And now they actually have taken the lead.
I mean, Charisma, speaking of adventurous, he's the one who went all the way into A Heaven by himself. You know, that's talk about a lurk situation there, but he was able to win out, and obviously that setup was perfect from the side of Waste Yutes. They had someone really trying to draw the fire on the backside of B as Charisma does that flank, and it worked out in Waste Yutes' favor. Here we go, lots of shots being taken here in the mid. Paranoid's still kind of chilling with the knives out, ready to do something with them, but at the moment, Waste Yutes are kind of an amorphous blob at the moment, but it looks like that blob is starting to move towards B in regular fashion here.
Yeah, and the fact that Kors is kind of posting up ready for his teammates. So what he's going to probably do is throw the dark cover, which again is the smoke, which will block off the connecting piece for the Omen on the side of Insidious. But now instead they actually go through mid-link and they're trying to fight Scrounge, and then he is just taking a bit of damage, but he's actually been able to do some more. That's going to be the blind that comes through the rain up, but Paranoid going to be just behind this wall with the Blade Storm ready to go.
30 seconds left.
It's still a 5-on-5, and we haven't seen anybody take any significant damage yet. And now we see Waste Yutes, they're finally getting ready to take the site.
Oh, a huge paranoia comes out from Jaw. He's actually going to be blinded as well, but he can move right past it. That is a lot of information. Mass is going to take out Charisma, but no! Tristy and Tony gets kills of their own, and now that is the B site in Waste Yutes' favor.
They're completely stuck inside this connector, all 3 of them together, and now there will be the dash, but he's going to get taken down. Scrounge able to take him, but now it's going to be the Hunter's Fury that's going to land, and it's going to connect. That's going to be the big round for Waste Yutes.
That's another one of those weird rounds where it seemed like Insidious had everything in their favor. They were moving in. I mean, the 3 members through connector, that's a really tough situation, but they bursted onto site with a big kill onto one of the members of Waste Yutes, but still just perfect execution by Waste Yutes, and they held that site perfectly.
Yeah, really fantastic job from them. I mean, the fact that their post-plant situation was just pretty picture perfect, really. I mean, they didn't see a lot of gaps. But now I will be interested to see if there will be a gap, because we do have the ultimate from 3 different players from Insidious, and that will actually be the Killjoy's lockdown that's available too. So that's going to be a very, very big play that we need to see from them.
Whoa, big kill from Paranoid onto Core in the mid there. And he gets another one. Charisma pushes out onto sights, throws the hat down. That's going to be a big moment for them. Jacoby kind of caught out with the Sheriff in hand. Tony is able to kill someone in the backside. Is he going to be able to win out in this gunfight? Yes, he is. That is a 2K for Tony. Jacoby goes down. It's just Mazzo with a beautiful Bucky in hand. Is he going to be able to do something big here? We're about to find out.
Yeah, Mazzo all by himself. The Lone Ranger. He's got the Bucky. Spots the feed of Eccentric, but he takes him down. That's a bit of a one-way in his favor, and that's a really good angle that he threw the Cloudburst on. But Waste Yutes, I mean, they're kind of pulling through now 5 in a row. I mean, they lost the first 2, but now it's looking like pretty smooth driving here from them.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say the roster of Insidious, you know, I think they're down their IGL, their main IGL, and Scrounge has come in as a fill just from a Twitter DM, basically. It was like, hey, we need someone to fill like immediately, and Scrounge was there. And I feel like they're still doing a pretty darn good job with the resources at hand. And they now have 4 ultimates in round 8 here. This is going to be a really telling round for Insidious.
Yeah, Insidious need to pull something through. I mean, we saw the only first 2 they've picked up, and now they've just kind of fallen apart. But Paranoid, making me eat my own words, he makes the connection with the operator. But that will be the A site in favor for Waste Yutes. Looks like that's where all their attention is. Jacob able to find a connection on the head of Tony. Now this thing is looking pretty good as Insidious, they're already up by another player, but they're taking significant damage through the spam underneath Heaven, and they're completely stuck here, Choice.
Oh, that was a really unfortunate situation. I don't think Paranoid heard someone reloading or shooting him from behind and just gets taken out by Core, but no, Mazza is there to take him out as well. Eccentric really aggressive up here at the Heaven, gets taken out by Jaw though. Tristy almost does get the double kill. What?
How do you get that? I mean, it doesn't work in their favor for the round, but wow, he gets the double spray like that in that kind of a situation and that kind of an angle and being that exposed. Holy.
Now, this is a game popping up here. Insidious showing off that they are not out by any means. They only used the Killjoy ultimate in that situation, so they still have 3 ultimates. The Hunter's Fury, they've got the beautiful Reyna's ultimate. That could prove to be really big in these next couple of rounds, especially now that they have some real rifles and a little bit of cash in their pockets now.
Yeah, definitely the Empress ability from Reyna, the ultimate, is going to be a big difference maker that we could see. And even, you know, the Omen's ult isn't the greatest in my opinion. Like, it's very good for information, but obviously no damage inflicted or anything like that. But they have to just use it appropriately. So we'll have to see 3 ults for Insidious still, none on the side of Waste Yutes. So they're going to have to expect some kind of a play, and that's what we're already seeing from the Sovi. Using the Hunter's Fury, makes a bit of damage, and he actually does, I think, just miss the shot, and just so close on both players.
So close, but dancing around is Waste Yutes, not allowing that to hit him at all. And here we go, Paranoid still. Oh my goodness. The Cypher on the side of Waste Yutes. What? I'm sorry, Charisma. What was that, dude? The absolute murk onto the jet of Insidious with pretty much a running headshot. I don't know. How do you explain that?
I mean, that was just a drive-by. I mean, he was just like, yeah, I'm going to run, 1 tap, and I'll just keep going. We're not going to let go here.
Ooh, Waste Yutes looking good on these peaks, these corner peaks. And now it is a 5v3 in their favor, but Scrounge still ever present here. He's not able to take down Tony, but takes down another member of Waste Yutes. 4v2.
30 seconds left. One player remaining.
Eccentric, that's such a good spot. I mean, look at him. He's just holding the ground. He's just inside a garden, just ready. He just knows and he reads it completely like a book. And Mazza by himself, and Tony uses the flash. And then now they pick up a round, and Waste Yutes keep things going 6-3. And I mean, I don't know about you, Choice, but Insidious, they're going to need to change something in their playbook right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like they're having kind of a hard time on the defender side of Ascent. It just seems like Waste Yutes have, you know, had some hours under their belts on this map. They're doing some really fantastic work. I mean, Eccentric, I've got to really give it to Eccentric. He's been using his smokes in a really beautiful way. Those one-ways from Jet I feel like really at least giving him 3 or 4 frags in this matchup so far.
No, it definitely has, and really good point choice. I mean, and look at that. I mean, Scrounge makes that connection with the Sheriff. Nothing better than that. Nice 1-tap. Takes down the head of Tony, and now the Hunter's Fury actually does make the connection. He almost gets the next frag, but he does a significant amount of damage against Scrounge, so he is stuck behind the door. Fabricate blocks it, so now the ultimate comes in from Paranoid. Connects the knives, able to get 2, but Charisma finally takes him down, and making a 3-on-2 situation now in favor of Insidious.
Jacoby's definitely going to have to get a gun into his hand. He's just got that classic right now. The paranoia comes out. They know exactly where he is, and now it is a 1v3. in an unwinnable round, it seemed like, for Insidious. They are now in a big position to be able to win this round. Oh no, he took out...
Player standing.
Oh no.
What?
Oh no! Christy with the triple. Oh my goodness. How does he predict that? How does it work out so well for him?
I don't know. I just don't know. He gets that shock dart down, able to take out Jaw, who is dismantling the bomb, defusing the bomb. And I feel like he just had a gut feeling that the other two were pushing him. So he was just ready for that. And my goodness, what a beautiful read from Tristy.
I mean, a bit of an over-aggression from the Sova. That was, I believe that was Mazzo, just pushed right through the smoke, but his teammates weren't close enough to get that trade. But perfect angles from Tristy. Just cannot believe it, but Waste Yutes, smooth sailing so far here on Ascent on their attacking side, have really just been showing dominance. We're going to need to see something from Insidious real quick because it's falling apart, and we're already on 10 rounds deep, Choice.
You know, it's a really tough situation for Insidious. Tony taking out Paranoid, who's been kind of playing the same angle a lot recently. He's been playing that mid-cubby angle a lot, and now Core takes out Jaw, his rival Omen, and this is a really tough situation for Scrounge. He has got a lot of picking up to do for the team. He's going to pop the Empress, but no one's going to be there on site. They have all moved towards B. Now Mazza has a lot of work on his hands with 4 members of Waste Use pushing onto the site.
Yeah, Mazza going to be stuck behind the smoke, so he's actually going to get taken down. Core, he makes the connection somehow. Again, another run and spray, and now just leaving it just to 2 members from Insidious. They're pushing their way through, but at this point, I mean, is it worth going for? They have 2-on-4 situation, and Tony sprays, but he's not able to make the shot. Oh my goodness, the turnaround, that's so big, and the Empress is still active here from the Reyna. They need to find another body so that they can make this the 2-and-2. Location's been revealed of the Jet, but now they need to go as time's ticking here, Choice.
This is definitely rough. That time bomb is literally ticking hard. Scrounge tries to get something done, but he is taken out by Tristy. And that is another round under the belts of Waste Utes. 8-3. This is looking pretty tough for Insidious, at least on this half on Ascent. What do you think is going to happen once the switch happens?
I mean, it's anyone's game. I mean, Waste Utes, they got all the momentum. They're feeling really good. They're making good shots. But we'll have to see. And especially in attacking, like, a lot of coordination needs to come through. And like you said, they lost their IGL, and I think they're actually missing another player also. So it's not even their full roster, if I understood that correctly. So it's going to be even harder if you're playing kind of that, like, puggish kind of group.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is definitely showing that it is kind of a pug match at the moment. But I think he spots out of quite a few people. And it is confirmed. Scrounge in a big situation here. It's taken out by Eccentric with the headshot knife. Paranoid has a lot of work on his hands. He's going to be pushing up, but no! He's taken out through the smoke again. Waste Utes have been so good with that. And now it is a 5v2. And this is looking, once again, really rough for Insidious.
Yeah, this is a really, really tough situation to be in. I mean, look at this Eccentric. He's feeling really good. He's feeling hot and ready, and he even trying to get the jump over the wall, has the knives ready to go, posted up, and Mazza gonna get spotted. They have to go for this. They can't even save it. This is it. This is the last round, and Eccentric makes the connection with the knives, and now it's just all down to Jacoby by himself with a Bulldog. He's got 5 members to go against. He's spraying. He makes the 1. Can he make the second? He will be able to get the second before it gets taken down.
Tristy with some fun there at the end of that half. And that was, I mean, at least he was able to get the 2 there at the end. You know, pad his stats there a little bit. I mean, it seems like Insidious aren't too far behind when it comes to kills. I mean, you got 11, 9, and 7 for the top 3, and then 11, 11, 11 for the side of Waste Utes. So, I mean, there's some frags coming out of the side of Insidious. They're putting up a fight, but like you said, you know, that pug feel from Insidious is pretty real at the moment, and they're definitely going to have to shine on this attacker half.
Yeah, and it makes it so difficult, especially when you lose your IGL. I mean, that's one big piece of the equation, right? That's so important. But then when you lose another member, if that is true, I mean, that's just even making it even more of a challenge. But We'll have to see if they have something in plan on their attacking side. 9-3. Second half starting, so the pistols are commencing. So Charisma already going to get smoked off, and that is already going to be the free save for Insidious. And look at this, they're pushing through. They make the connection, takes down Charisma. The spike already planted here, Choice.
Spike planted.
That's exactly what Insidious need under their belt. Paranoid with a super aggressive push takes out Tristy. He is taken down in return, though. Core has been so good for the side of Waste Yutes. He's pushing in with that dark cover, but my goodness, there are kills going back and forth. Scrouge is still alive somehow, and there it is, Insidious with a big first round of the second half. This is exactly what they need. They need to take this momentum and carry it through to the end.
I'm pretty surprised how well that worked for Insidious. I mean, they just did like a bit of a basic strat through the dark cover in the door, had the dash from the jet, and I mean, it looked like a pretty of a basic plan, but I mean, Waste Yutes, I mean, they just had no reply to it at all.
Absolutely not, especially when you have Paranoid being so aggressive up in heaven already, able to take out one of your members. Still, Core just looking fantastic for the side of Waste Yutes, getting some really important frags. And now this is round 2 of the second half, and already spotting someone out there on Catwalk. I love the Bucky.
Shooting gallery. Ooh, the Bucky is so nice.
You could get a kill like that with the Bucky. It just feels so good. Insidious doing the right thing, backing off away from that Bucky. That's the right call. You got to stay away from that thing.
Yeah, I mean, especially in that bit of an angle. I mean, that's scary. I mean, talk about scary. Look at that shot from Tristy. Woo-wee. Hot and served, one shot with the Sheriff. Buck's going to have his knife out. Not going to be able to respond in the good fashion, so making it back to a 4-on-3. And it will be Core just hiding on the corner. Going to get hit by the Paranoia. This is not what you want to be. Completely blind. Not able to make the connections with the burst. So 3-3. And now the attackers of Insidious, they have this site.
Here we go.
Spike planted.
Spike is down. Tony jumping down by logs. Man, this is a really aggressive push from Tony. Tony has definitely shown off that he's got some really fantastic aim, really clean. But is he going to be able to take out? No, he still has 10 HP left. He's still alive. Finally gets taken down by Scrouge, and that's another round under the belts of Insidious. They are definitely looking a little bit better on this attacker side. I hope once Waste Yutes have guns in their hands that, you know, Insidious are able to carry this momentum through. But already looking better than on the defender side.
Yeah, this is going to be a big test, I mean, from both teams. I mean, Insidious, they finally pick up 2 in a row, and this is kind of what we saw before. But we'll have to see if they can keep that momentum. But Waste Yutes, I mean, they've not been really winning these rounds by any means or making much damage. So this is going to be that big test for them in the money situation. It's completely depleted for them as they put the full investment, but no ops, of course. But they do have the one Odin and that one player, which I believe is their Cypher.
Yeah,
not sure where they're going to be putting him.
Here it is. Over here in tree, and he's getting, ooh, he is getting ready. Ooh, a beautiful Paranoia onto Eccentric. Tons of bullets goes out, but nothing's gonna be hitting. Jacoby, oh my gosh, that's 2 members down. What is this stack up from Insidious? Trying to get some guns into their hands, I think, but very interesting moment there for Insidious, but it looks like it's paying off so far.
Spike planted.
Yeah, they seem like such a different team on this swap. I mean, before it didn't look like they had any sort of response against Waste Use. But look at them. They're taking everything together. They're doing perfect executes, getting those frags. And I mean, talking about frags, I mean, Tony pulling up a double, now making it back to the 3-3, pulling up a third, trying to look for more spots the Omen, and he's starting to see if he can make more damage. He just has the sector, but now Core able to help him out, leaving it only one player from Insidious, and that's going to be that Waste Yutes. They finally pick up another round here on the second half.
And that was, I mean, it seemed dire at first. You get the Odin taken out of your hands really early on in the match, not much damage done. They were able to pick it back up, in fact, but still, it was a kind of a tough start of the round, but that retake at the end was almost flawless. The way that Tony came in and got that really quick triple kill, it was almost flawless for the retake.
I mean, Tony was definitely the MVP that round. I mean, the fact that Tony was able to pick up a triple that just completely bounced them back in that situation. I mean, Insidious had the site. no really efforts at all, like from the side of Waste Utes except for that. And then that just turned it around. And now look at this Tony. He's already feeling great, picking up a frag, and now going to be able to retreat back with the dismiss. That aggression. And now looking back, maybe even going for another round of this? What on earth?
I mean, the confidence is oozing out of Tony right now. Hitting those shots so clean. The dark cover comes through. It's going to deny this little tree link spot. But Core pushing up really aggressively. He knows there's some members there from Insidious. They have to execute this perfectly. Core has been really scary with this rifle in his hands, so they're going to have to do something here.
Yeah, Core's going to need to be careful because look at this. He's already falling back, going on the rafters. The dash has already come through from the jet, but that's going to be Core. Now his new position pans out very well. He's doing so much damage, leaving 2 members of Insidious. Maybe pick up another frag before he falls. So now just down to Jaw. Just him on his lonesome, but he's going to use his ult. So now he's going to be able to get this plant just an amount of time. It's going to be about all that post-plant situation here, Choice.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, as long as he can get that extra 300 credits, I mean, like, he can definitely try his hardest to get this thing done and, you know, take out the rest of the 3 members of Waste Utes. But, I mean, he's got the 300 extra credits, but oh no, he gets spotted out. This is a huge moment for Waste Utes. And there it is. Charisma's going to take him down with that Odin, that big gun. And, I mean, at least Insidious now have 300 extra credits with that that plant.
Yeah, really good point. And I mean, the one thing that was really, really well is that I think that was Tristy that actually threw the recon bolt, and then even just having the camera, I think that spotted it as well. So I mean, really unfortunate, and I mean, good effort from Jaw. I mean, using your ult at that moment, you have to do it, and that's exactly why it's good. It's you can use the Omen ult at those kind of situations and those big clutches. But location was revealed, and that's all she wrote. And now Waste Utes, 11 rounds, and Insidious got a long road ahead of them.
Yeah. Absolutely, looking a little scary for them at the moment. I mean, you gotta if you're Jaw, you gotta feel real bad there. You know, you've got a nice angle. You're looking around, and then the camera just comes out of nowhere, spots you out, and yeah, it's just gotta feel bad in that moment. But you move on. Charisma spots another member of Paranoid, and Tony is here again. Tony is like everywhere.
Tony is all over the map. You can never know where Tony's going to be. I mean, he just wants to make a big mix, and that's actually a really good play because, I mean, he's playing the Reyna. Makes sense for him to be, you know, a bit unpredictable so that, you know, it makes it a little bit tougher for the opponents. But now look at this. They actually switch up their plan again in Insidious. They're grouped up in middle, but instead they haven't decided to commit to this yet, but they are just kind of waiting things out.
Placing alarm bot.
Closing the door is going to be a big moment there. Tony, I thought was about to get a little aggressive there, but it's just hanging out in logs. Looks like the dark cover is going to send out in CT. But Tony, once again, is in such a good spot. Takes out Paranoid. Takes out another, but Jacoby's going to follow up with a kill onto Tony. This is a very scary moment for Insidious. 4v2 now. Oh, no.
What an amazing hold, and even, I mean, call it a retake. I mean, the fact that Waste Utes, they didn't even look like it was much effort from them. I mean, Tony able to put a double frag on that kind of a spot in the tight corner. That's exactly what you need, especially when you're playing on that defensive side.
If you look at Tony's stats, it's definitely intrinsic of a very aggressive Reyna. 14 with 15 deaths, but still doing some absolute work on the roster of Insidious right now. It's looking like they're trying to really, you know, finish this off here. It is 12-5. They need one more under their belt, and then might get really aggressive here.
Yeah, and you can already see Eccentric was trying to be a little bit more aggressive, see if they can get that first connection. Dark cover going to be throwing it off, and now it's going to be the Paranoid to connect also. So Tristy has to come up big, able to pick up one, able with the assist of Eccentric. But now this is actually looking very good from them, and that's going to be that. What a clean hold from Eccentric and co. Waste Utes take the W.
My goodness, what a crazy turn of events, really. I mean, it was looking Waste Utes pretty much the whole time, really. But, I mean, it seemed like Insidious were trying to come back as much as possible. They were getting some great frags. They were getting some great kills. But like you said, it's kind of tough when you have 2 members down, especially your IGL that you've been working with for God knows how long. So, I mean, for what it was, they did a fantastic job. I just think that Waste Yutes had that crossfire setup so good on almost every push. Really, they always had someone kind of pre-firing, making a lot of noise, and they would look over on Insidious. They would look over at that person, and they had someone on the other side. But Eccentric on top with 18 and 9 with that 276 combat score. That was just a crazy map, really.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, the fact that Eccentric was 18 and 9, the combat score being, the high 200s, almost threes. I mean, really big play. And even that last round was able to pick up a triple to just locking that A site down. I mean, we were expecting to see something a little bit different from Insidious, but in the situation that they're in, I mean, still very good effort. But at Waste Utes, it looked like they were just kind of on a different chapter today. But congratulations to them for taking that W.
Yeah, and that was game 2 of the group stage. We are just about to be moving into game 3. But before that, we'll be taking a short little break. But once again, dude, Laz, you are killing it, my friend. I just got to say that on stream right now. Thanks for jumping in and doing some casting with us. It's been great so far.
No, I definitely appreciate it. And yeah, thank you so much. And it's great to work with you too. And it's been something I've been wanting to do, being part of the Valorant Sunday Showdown. I'm happy to be here. So good, nice Sunday with some high quality Valorant.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, we're going to jump into a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with game 3 of the group stage. And then after that, it'll be top 32. So don't go anywhere.